Thank you, ladies. Now I'd like to invite Denny Duncan up to the stage to speak on behalf of Warsaw Community Schools.
Mary, Courtney, Justin, I want to begin by thanking you guys for sharing your husband with the whole community. I'm sure that that was a neat thing most of the time. I'm also sure that it could have been a burden a lot of the time. And we want to thank you for that. I also want to thank you for the chance just to share a little bit about this special guy. It's really an honor to me to be up here. DARE program ends with a graduation ceremony. And in every school, especially ours maybe, it's one of the highlights of the year. And it's in the evening, the parents are there, the kids read essays. But the main event of DARE graduation is that OP would have one last chance to share his message with his students when they're all together in front of them. He used that time just to cement home the points that he'd been trying to make through the whole semester, and try to just convict the kids of the decisions that they'd been making, important decisions about drugs and alcohol and just lifestyle kinds of issues. And he cared a lot about that program. He worked hard at it. He was always worked up a little bit before, but he'd be very emotional when he started the program. And pretty soon, typically I say 100% of the time, 2 minutes into his presentation, he'd be crying. And then I look out, all the kids would be crying. Pretty soon, I'd be crying. So after the program, it kind of became my tradition to give him all over him about, making me cry again in front of all the parents and students in my school. Of course, he didn't care. He just gave me that big old bear hug and laugh, and we just went on about our day. I'm thinking right now that he's having a great time with that same old laugh up in heaven, just looking down, giggling about the fact that I'm up here in front of the whole county trying to keep from crying again. But I do want to share some things about what I think really made him special. Great teachers will tell you that the most important lessons they teach rarely come from textbooks, not even DARE curriculum guides. And I think that's what made Terry so special. My lasting memories of Terry will always be that of some little kid walking down the hall wearing his police jacket. And it fit perfectly, especially if you like your sleeves to drag along your feet. Maybe big enough for 2 or 3 of your friends to get inside with you. But that kid would have the biggest smile on his face. That kid would be the proudest kid in the county because he was OP's friend. And that's just a unique gift. And it is what made him different than the rest of us. Terry loved every single kid, every single day, absolutely without condition, absolutely every time. And the kids knew that. And that he made them know that he cared. All week long, I've heard the same question. How is it that one person could have such an amazing impact on an entire community? Who does that? Well, nobody, except maybe OP. How he did it, I'm not sure really was all that complicated. He had one motivation in life, really, and that was to serve God. He didn't preach to anyone. Never saw him thumping his Bible. But he loved people. He made time for kids. He made people know that he cared. They say that great teachers are great models. Terry Polston was an amazing model for kids and for all the rest of us too. I know that my life and our whole community is a better place because we got to experience Terry Polston. Thanks.
Thanks, Denny. The next speaker will be representing DARE, and it's Tony Cirillo. Tony?
I am here today to represent the Executive Director of DARE Indiana, the Indiana Association of Chiefs of Police, but I'm mostly here for my friend Terry and his family. As a DARE officer, I know firsthand what DARE really means. I know what the students mean to the DARE officer. I know what the DARE officer means to the students, but most of all, I know what Terry meant to DARE. Terry was the ultimate role model when it came to DARE, in my opinion. I taught DARE with him. We became really close, and I learned a lot from him, and I tried to model myself after him. His personal beliefs and convictions not only helped him teach the DARE curriculum, but it made it mean something in so many people's hearts. Having known many, many fine DARE officers from all around this country, and I see several of them here today on Terry's behalf, I can stand here and honestly tell you that if there ever was to be a poster child for the DARE program, it would have been Officer Terry Polston. There's no doubt in my mind. His dedication, along with his willingness to make sacrifices for the sake of others, went well beyond the call of duty of any police officer. DARE was not a textbook to Terry. It was his way to make a difference in a child's life and to serve the person that he admired the most, and that was God our Father. Terry not only touched the lives of all his DARE students, he touched the lives of all of us, as well as the DARE officers from all around the state of Indiana. In 2004, Terry was awarded the highest DARE honor in the state of Indiana as a DARE Officer of the Year. To me, that was a reward that was long overdue for Terry, but those of you that knew Terry well know he would have said, there's somebody else that deserved it more than me. But we know better. We know that Terry really deserved that. To know Terry was to love Terry. There's no doubt about that. He was a humble man, a loving father, a loving husband. He had simple needs in life. His heart was bigger than he was, and we all know he was a pretty big man. He's got a legacy that will live on forever. Terry's contribution to DARE Indiana was, to say the least, dedicated and sincere. Terry delivered the true meaning of DARE, the true message of what DARE America stands for in DARE Indiana. On behalf of DARE Indiana, all of the fine DARE officers across the state of Indiana, the chiefs of police across the state of Indiana, I stand here today to salute Sergeant Terry Polston and what he stood for, and to say goodbye to my friend. Thank you.